Man, that is an amazingly emotional journey that they are going on. So joining me right now to talk about this, Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor, Richard Herman, criminal defense attorney and law professor. Good to see you both.
Hi,
okay, so Richard, you first. So the clinic, says that it didn't do anything wrong, and under ordinary circumstances, I guess they have to keep that kind of information private, secure. But in a case like this, don't they? I mean, a judge did rule, but they have to be compelled to reveal as much as they can to prove that they got it right before saying, there was an affair going on here, right?
Yeah.
Well, there are HIPAA rules and laws that determine what information can be released or not, but a court order by a judge is going to trump that, and that's going to be part of the investigation here, Fred, in the discovery. Look, this is why contract law is the most important course in law school. Here we have an agreement, we have a meeting of the minds, we have consideration, payment for a service, and then we have a breach of contract. So the question is, did this facility breach it, or did they follow their protocol? They asked for all the male donors at that period of time to the facility. The defense is going to ask for all the Asian males that she knows during that period of time as well.
Boy.
And they're going to go after her strong on this. They're going to, if the baby is Asian, they're claiming that perhaps she fooled around and had an affair with someone, and that's the cause of this. They're saying they followed protocol, they did not make a mistake, and look, they're going to have records, and they're going to have witnesses, and they're going to have documents to show whether they made a mistake or not.
Yeah, so when you hear this, Avery, so if the clinic is saying you must have had an affair, they are now saying, the clinic is now saying, we are more than certain that we did not make a mistake in order to throw something like that out there. And this family is now being hurt, multiple times here. So, Avery, what's the best legal defense that the clinic has to be able to say, we got it right, and oh, by the way, somebody here was, having an affair?
Well, I don't know that I'd ever want to defend the Institute, but if I had to, your starting point is that contract. And one of the questions that the case presents, Frederica, is whether or not the Institute, the clinic, is immunized. In other words, is there a waiver for mistakes done by the clinic? And that's a significant legal issue here, which the judge has to decide. But I do believe that the judge's order, which has to be complied with in less than 2 weeks, is going to tell us a great deal about what's going to happen, what the outcome's going to be, because we're going to know who those contributors are, and that will be enormously helpful in understanding what the truth is and what the facts are here.
So then, Richard, if in the end, a terrible error, an error was made by the clinic, then what here?
That's negligence. So that's medical negligence. In that case, they're suing. They're going to seek compensatory damages. They're going to seek information, who the real father is, his medical history. And this dad wants to know, am I a dad somewhere else that I don't know? And he may get sued for support or whatever. So it's a host of problems. But they're going to seek any monies they paid, and they paid $50,000 or something to have this procedure done. Then they're going to seek mental anguish.
$500,000.
And here, a jury could ring this thing up, Fred. It's pretty emotional. You ask people, some people say they have a healthy baby, they should be blessed. Other people say, no, this is horrible what happened to them. And, this could be a telephone number case in front of a jury with a right lawyer.
Well,
so
and
you just never know.
There's a health
I would
issue
settle
also.
this case if I was a clinic. I'd settle it. I'd get a release as fast as I could in this one.
There is a health issue, and that is that you need to know who the father is. These are increasingly significant issues because you want to know the family history. I agree. If they're going to resolve this thing, it will involve identifying who the father is so they can learn that health history and also tighten up the procedures so this doesn't happen again.
So
but maybe
of
the
all
procedures
those male
were good.
donors,
Maybe they were perfect.
I guess of all those male donors, right, that the judge now says, okay, we want to now see if there's a match, etc. What about the rights of all of those people, all of those men? Avery.
That's a wonderful question.
They're not going to reveal their names.
That's a wonderful question.
Right, they're not.
Well, but they're going to
reveal
identify who they are. They're going to identify who they are. And the judge's going to hold on to that. And ultimately what you're going to find out is, I'm betting you right now, there's going to be an Asian American who was involved in this. Let's see what happens. We're going to know the answer 2 weeks from yesterday.
Okay,
the
Richard,
question is,
final
was
word?
he involved as a donor for the facility, or was he involved outside the facility with her? Yeah, so there's going to be an Asian male involved here. Question is, at what point in time? And that's the whole case right there, Fred.
Wow, it's a
Agree.
complicated case, that's for sure. All right,
You bet.
Avery Freeman, Richard Herman, good to
See you
see you
soon.
both always.
Okay,
Take care.
Thank you so much.